Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking to you about samples I've tried that did not make me go out and buy the full size product. I got this idea from watching a video by Samantha March, so I'll link her video down below. I thought it was such a clever idea, and it really, watching it, really made me think, like, what have I had a sample of that I've never, picked up the full size of, and why? I love samples. I think they're so useful. I love it when you get particularly foundation samples, because foundations for me are so personal, and even if you've watched 100 reviews, it doesn't mean it's going to work the same on your skin. So getting a sample where you can use it 2 or 3 times is just amazing before you invest your hard-earned money. Here are all the samples that I can think of that I have received or that I've picked up that I have never gone and purchased the full size, and why. So first up is the Urban Decay Naked Weightless Foundation. I think I've picked up 2 or 3 times I've got a sample of this foundation, and I have never purchased a full size. I don't have a really strong hatred or reason why I don't like this foundation. I wouldn't even say I don't like it. I think for me it just is not special enough. I am a foundation junkie. I love foundations. I have to try every foundation that comes out, which you'll know if you've been here for a while. I love foundations, and I have now got dream foundations. I've got 3 or 4 foundations that I love, I'm obsessed with, they're everything I've ever looked for. And so for me to buy a foundation, it has to beat those. If I try a sample and it's not as good as those, I'm not going to buy the full size anymore. I'm trying to be more budget friendly. And that one for me is just okay. The coverage is okay, the shade match is okay, it wears okay, it looks okay. There's just nothing mega special about it, so it's never gonna beat my holy grails, if that makes sense. The same goes for the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Foundation. I've got a few samples. I order a fair bit from Charlotte Tilbury's website, and you always get really good samples, which is amazing, especially if you're trying to find your foundation shade. So I've had a few foundation samples from her. I love her Light Wonder foundation. The Magic foundation just doesn't really do that much for me. It's full coverage. I think it's quite matte. It looks quite heavy on me. It's just not my favorite. It's definitely not my favorite of the more full coverage foundations. It's, it doesn't wear that well, I feel like. And yeah, it really doesn't do anything for me special enough for me to want to spend the money on it. Next up, this is an interesting one because I feel like I'm the only one who doesn't like this product, and this is the Too Faced Hangover Primer. Am I the only one? When I ordered my Too Faced Born This Way concealer recently, that was one of the samples I got, and I was really excited to try it, and when I put it on, I was obsessed. The smell, coconut, one of my favorite smells, loved it. It feels so hydrating and beautiful. My foundation goes on really nicely on top. I was this close to buying that, but I am pretty confident that that is affecting the wear of my foundations in the opposite way that a primer is supposed to. I have noticed my Lancome Teint Idole, my Huda foundation, and my Dior foundation, which I've all tried on top of this primer, do not wear as well. They get oily, and they kind of disappear from this portion of my face, which they definitely have not done before, and it's that's doing it. It's got to be. It's the only thing that has changed. When I was trying that primer over a few days, I tried it with all different foundations, and they did not wear as well. I don't know why it doesn't work with my skin. I feel like I'm the only one. Everyone else loves it. So yeah, I'm not gonna be buying it, even though I thought I was gonna. Go figure. MAC mascaras. Now, there are a few of them, and this is a general MAC mascara category, because with every time I order from MAC online, you get minis, and you always get a minis mascara. So I've tried all of them. None of them has ever impressed me enough for me to buy an actual MAC mascara. Here's the ones that I've tried that I've had samples of. I've tried the Extreme Dimension, I've tried the False Lashes Extreme Black, I've tried the Upward Lash, I think that might be it. So those are the few that I have tried, and none of them has ever made me want to run out and buy the full size. It is hard with a mascara because you get a mini little, you know, tiny one, and it's kind of like this. I love them for using them on the lower lashes. I think they're really good because they're that mini size. But yeah, none of them has ever blown me away. Clinique Chubby Sticks. I got a sample of one of those when I like bought my eye cream recently, because and I think I bought a blush. It's because I bought 2 items, you got a load of freebies, and that, I just don't understand it. I don't know. It's supposed to be like eye, lip and cheek one that you can use anywhere. I don't like it in any of those places. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't really like anything about it. It doesn't really give me much of a colour. I don't really like the shades of it. Like, I feel like, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know who, does anyone enjoy those? I don't. I don't know. I don't like anything about it. I don't even know where to start, but I definitely won't be buying them in the full size. The Jouer High Coverage Foundation. I did actually use this. I think I used this in like a first impressions video, one of the samples, because I got like a whole like roll of samples in all different shades, which is really amazing. I think I got it from Beauty Bay when I bought the Jouer Blush Duo. Yeah, so I tried it in a video and I was like immediately like, no, what on earth is it? It was so full coverage, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but I feel like if it's going to be so full coverage, like you can't remember who you are, then it has to feel comfortable and look a little bit like skin, not be cakey, not feel as heavy as it looks. And it just did all of the wrong things for me. But I will say I have tried it again since and liked it more, because after that video I found out that you're supposed to use like the tiniest drop, and I think I used probably way too much. So since I learned from that video and I used a lot less, I do prefer it, and I did quite enjoy it the second time. But the shades are really hard to work out. Because it's such a high coverage foundation, you have to have the perfect shade. And I mean, I feel like if I'm ever gonna want that full of a coverage foundation, that like a full-on mask, a matte full mask, that I probably would prefer to go for like the double wear. So, you know, I found good matches in that foundation. It lasts forever. It's impenetrable to anything that might happen, you know, water, weather, sun, time, anything, that I feel like I'm probably reach for that over the Jouer. So again, I just don't think like I'm ever going to justify really having it in my collection over something I've already got. Last but not least, the MAC Skin Base Visage Primer. I don't understand this primer. I don't know. I really like the Prep and Prime Natural Radiance, but this one, the Skin Base one, it just does, it goes on very thick and greasy. It's like my makeup doesn't really go that nicely on top of it. And again, a bit like the Too Faced one, I feel like foundation doesn't wear very well on top of it. Never liked it, I've never got on with it. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it's trying to do to me, but it's just not, it's not up my street. So there you have it. That is everything that I have received a sample of, or gone and got a sample of, that I have never purchased the full size. And I'd love to know what yours are in the comments down below. Maybe I should do the sample did make me buy it series, because I feel like that would be quite helpful, because if you've bought something because the sample literally knocked your socks off and you had to immediately go and buy a full size one, that is probably a pretty good product. I'm already thinking of a few that could go in that video. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe before you go so I can see you again. Otherwise, take care for now. Bye 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 bye.